Hey guys, so I really want to talk to you about getting more organised, about getting more focused and being more productive. If we're going to grow in our business, we need to be focusing on the right tasks. Now, often what happens with us business owners is that we become fixated with our to-do list. If you're anything like me, this list just gets bigger and bigger and bigger all the time, and the more things you tick off, somehow the more things you actually add on. Now, what happens when we are fixated on our to-do list is that we become absolutely micro in the way that we see our business. We're so busy focusing in on the details and the microscopic elements of all the stuff we're doing that we forget to see our business from a macro perspective. We forget to actually look at why we're doing all this stuff in the first place. And this is really important because more often than not, what happens with business owners is they are working their backsides off. They literally are working their nuts off. They're exhausted all the time. They sit down at the end of the day and they go, I feel like I haven't stopped, yet here I am actually not feeling like I've achieved anything. And this happens a lot because we're so busy working on these smaller tasks that we forget to actually see how, and that's the important word, how they are taking us to our overall objective. In fact, scarily enough, when I talk to entrepreneurs, they say that they don't even know what the overall objective is. They are just doing the stuff that needs to get done right now. Right, this needs to stop. So what happens is, if we've got this to-do list that we're focusing on right here, and all of our energy and our time is focusing on looking at the details of this particular list, we actually try to then think, well, if I'm busy doing all of this stuff and busy working on all of these to-do lists, and I get this stuff on this to-do list done, then the result that I'm looking for will happen. But actually we need to work completely the other way around if we are actually going to be effective. What we need to be doing is focusing on the outcome and only then doing the tasks that are going to get us that particular outcome. We need to work the other way around. So this is a method that I use. So I'm just going to get some paper to wipe this off. This is a method that I use to make sure that we are focusing as much as possible on what I call either income generating tasks or strategic objectives of the business, which ultimately lead to the income generating element of our company. Now, as much as we enjoy what we do, as much as what we do helps other people, the point is, guys, is if it's not earning you profit, then why are you doing it? Because you still have bills to pay. Now, it's not wrong to think financially. We seem to have this mentality that if we think about money, then we're a bad person. If we think about profit, then we are not heart-centered, caring individuals. Guys, this is business. We have to be looking at the profit margin. If we're not making a profit in our business, we have a hobby, not a business, okay? So I want you to get comfortable about looking at your business and talking about money and going, if this isn't earning me money, should I be doing it, okay? So instead of looking at your to-do list and then hoping it will get you to wherever your dreams are, you need to look at what are your dreams first of all. What is it that you're trying to achieve? What does the end picture actually look like for you? What is that vision that you have? So we all hear about mission statements, which are, you know, pretty vague and fluffy when it comes to them at the best of times. But I want you to ask yourself, if you achieve everything you want to achieve, if your life turns out perfect, your business turns out perfect, what exactly does that look like? What precisely is the result going to be for you? And we're going to work backwards from that. So what is your goal? Let's just go with the next 12 months. If in the next 12 months business goes perfectly, what results will you have? So the first thing I want you to write down is a financial result, okay? So financial. Sorry if you can't see this very clearly. I might zoom in a little bit closer. Okay, how are we doing? Financial. Okay, so this is dollars. I want you to write down the exact figure that you want to earn in the next 12 months, okay? So let's do a 12-month productivity plan. 12 months, what is the exact number? Now, I don't want more money, I want the exact figure that you want to earn for yourself. Okay, the next thing I want you to look at maybe is, this could be, this next stuff will depend on your business, but I'm going to give you just some examples. This might be your number of customers. It could be the number of online courses that you sell. It could be the number of products or items that you sell. So is there some kind of number that is sort of fundamental to you achieving the objectives of your business? Is it the number of people's lives you make a difference to, however you describe this? So I want you to write down some major goals, like maybe pick 5 if you can. What else do I have on mine? Like I might have a particular exposure goal. Perhaps it's to get on the front page of a certain magazine, or maybe it's to have my own TV channel. I don't know, like well, not obviously make it up, come up with what it is that you are trying to do. So certain financial goal, number of clients, number of products sold, number of courses, students enrolled in your courses, and whatever else your business does. What are those desired outcomes that you have for the next 12 months? Then this is where we start to break this down to make sure that we are only focusing on income generating tasks or strategic objectives, because these are your strategic objectives, okay? So the next thing we then need to do is for each of these, what I call major projects, major missions. Oh, I'm getting my words wrong. Sorry, let me reword that. For each of these major missions, you then need to have 3 major projects. So I'm just going to grab another colour pen here, because this black one is rubbish. So this is your sort of major mission down here. Then what we're going to have are major projects. Now this pen is not much better really, is it? So in order to achieve this financial goal, or this number of students, or produce this many courses, what 3 major projects do you need to get started? So to achieve that financial goal, you might have decided you need to have produce X number of courses. Maybe it's to, you know, whatever it is. What projects do you need to put in place? Perhaps it's, you know, finally set up that online school. Perhaps it's finally get your website put together. They are projects, okay? Then from each of your projects, you then have tasks to do. So for each of those projects, what are the 3 major tasks that you need to make happen in order to achieve that particular mission? Now this is where it gets interesting, because if we have stuff on our to-do list, i.e. tasks list, that doesn't directly achieve a project, which doesn't directly achieve a mission, why the hell is it on your to-do list? Why are you doing it? And this is what happens with entrepreneurs, is we put all these things on our to-do list because we should be doing them, because we read some article that said it's the great thing to do. But by doing it this way, instead of starting with your tasks list and hoping your ideal situation happens, which you probably haven't even defined, so how can you get there anyway? Now what you're doing is filtering out, stripping back that to-do list in a way that's going to make sure that you are only working on stuff that's actually going to get you where it is that you're going. So this is just a really great way to get more organised, to focus yourself on only the things that are actually going to benefit you, and to get some stuff off your to-do list as well. So this is really going to focus you on your growth. So next thing, write this down now. What are your major missions? What do you want to actually achieve in the next 12 months? What are the 3 major projects for each mission that you need to put into place and to do to make that happen? And then what are the 3 tasks per project that you need to start working on to actually make that happen? Now the next thing you can do, if you want to take this a step further, is you can then create yourself some additional columns. So for quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, so that actually you've got tasks per quarter that you need to do, so that it actually is organised for the next 12 months really, really clearly. You're breaking that down. So that's just one of the techniques I use in my business every single day to make sure that I am only working on the tasks that I need to do. Now guys, I do still keep like an Excel sheet of all of my to-do lists, all of my ideas, all of my things I want to implement, because when I come and revisit this every month, there may be tasks that last month weren't relevant, but because these missions often change or adapt in some way or evolve in some way, those things I put on my to-do list now might become relevant. They may now become the next thing that weren't necessarily tasks that I should be focusing on quarter 1, but are really good tasks to focus on in quarter 2. Now, the cool thing about this particular method is you can break this down to as micro size as you like. I always have a 12-month plan, and I do revisit the 12-month plan every month because, again, business evolves, you evolve. What you're doing evolves and changes. But I also have a version of this for every month. So instead of quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, that's actually day 1, day 2, day 3 of the month. So it organises my tasks to that micro detail without me focusing on irrelevant micro details. Whoops, dropped the phone. Hope that helps you out. Hope that gets you a bit more focused. And I look forward to hearing your results for that. So go and get organised.